Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Ailstock here. In today's video, we're going to cover all things OMHS. So we're going to review your schedule, your classes, and how to access the content, the grades, and follow that newsletter. So first off, let's talk about what OMHS is. Well, that stands for Online Middle and High School, and that's this website right here. Once you get signed in, this is where 80% of your learning is going to occur. And to view your schedule, if we look on the left, you'll see a nice blue banner. It's signed in Digital Academy of Florida, and that top option is My Schedule. When you click on that link, it will take you most likely to the day's format. If we look up at the top, it shows you today's date, and you can see that it is filtered by day. On the left are the assignments, and then the right, those are your required Class Connect sessions. When you open this up on a Monday, it may look a little overwhelming. And the reason for that is because that is when all of your work for the week is opened up. Just because it's opened up on Monday doesn't mean you need to do it all on Monday. That is your work for the week. And we'll get into how to schedule your time and pace all of that out in a moment. But I just wanted to reassure you of that. Another way you could view it, if you want to see what your Class Connect schedule is for the entire week, is instead of filtering by day, filter by week. And there you will see at the very top all of the sessions you need to go to, and then beneath it are the assignments. And just like Monday is going to look really full because that's when everything opens, Friday is also going to look really full because that's when all of your graded assignments are due. And in order to get into a Class Connect schedule, you just click on the class and it will take you to that session. Now, let's say you missed a class because of a doctor's appointment, or maybe you want to go back and rewatch it because there was something that was a little confusing. Well, to watch the recording, you just click on the link like you were going to go to the live session. So if I want to watch the recording from this morning's whole group, right there it is. Now, it's not going to work very well right now because I'm, impersonating a student, but it would actually work. All right, so there's the recording. Now, let's say you don't see a recording. One, it could be too soon because it does take a moment for it to render and then your teacher has to release it. But if it's been 24 hours and you can't see the recording, just email your teacher and see if they have it, okay? All right, now let's go into the content. So the other place is the second tab right here, classes. When you click on that, it will populate with all of your different courses. Once you get going, there also will be a teeny tiny spot in the upper right-hand corner where it does show you your grade, which is nice for a little overview. But because I'm your math teacher, let's look at the math class and just know that all of the classes are set up super similar, which is nice. So once you get used to it, it all matches up. All right, here is a math class. If we look at my little banner right here, I have 3 different arrows, and that's pointing you to the 3 most important parts of OMHS. Number 1, let's talk about announcements. So this bottom arrow right here says look below for weekly announcements. When you scroll down, class announcements. It is important that you check this every day because it is one of the ways that your teachers can communicate with you. It's also a way for that information to be kept nice and safe because, sometimes emails can get lost or you can have several emails and it's hard to dig through it. So the announcement is a nice, safe place for your teachers to post things for you. One thing that your teacher always posts is a newsletter. So every Monday morning, all of your teachers are going to post a newsletter. That is the first thing that you should do on Mondays. Or if you have to go to math class, as soon as you get out of math class, that's the very next thing you should do. The newsletter will start off on the header right here. Let me get my pointer tool and talk about any important announcements for the week. Right below that, you'll have your teacher's contact information, so you can email them with any questions. And then you'll see Monday through Friday, and that tells you a list of your assignments, and it's broken down in a suggested pace. Because like I said earlier, all of your work for the entire week opens on a Monday. But that doesn't mean you do it all on Monday. That's your work for the week. So for math, for example, this is the suggested pacing guide. This is how we encourage you to break apart your days. If you have a slightly different schedule that works for you, as long as you're getting it done, that's fine. But here's what I recommend. Monday, you have whole group and small group that you need to make sure you attend. Always go to those classes live because that's when we can interact, have some discussions, and teach some important math material. After you go to class every Monday, you're going to have an OMHS lesson to work on. And for this week, it happens to be 101. I encourage you on Monday to work on the Learn section. And I'll show you what I mean by that in just a moment. Sometimes that Learn section can be a little lengthy. So look down at Tuesday. Notice that I repeat it, but it says continue working. So if you didn't have time to finish that on Monday, finish it up on Tuesday. And after that, do the practice section of that unit. The reason it's really important for math that you complete the Learn and the practice section each week before Wednesday is because that's what's going to be covered in your live class connect sessions. So it helps you get prepared, and then you can know what kind of questions to ask, what parts you understand, what you need to pay a little bit more attention on, so you can understand the material. Wednesday is the second time that you'll see me for classes. So you have help session, whole group, small group. And after all of that is when I encourage you to start the graded assignments. Because you've had 2 sessions with me, Monday and Wednesday, you've done the Learn, you've done the practice. So now you're ready for the graded assignments. Now you're ready to do the work that's going to affect your grade. I encourage you to start that on Wednesday, and then you can keep working on it on Thursday as well. Friday is when all of your assignments are due by 4 p.m. So Friday, I have a list of your 3 assignments. So it's a little check to say, all right, if your math work isn't done, make sure you get these 3 things done because these 3 assignments are due by 4 p.m. Eastern time. One is that weekly IXL diagnostic. That is the one assignment you can't make up because it's every single week. 2, you have a separate IXL skill to work on. And then 3rd, you have a short 5-question OMHS quiz. At the very bottom of that newsletter is some just general reminders that you want to make sure you always check that weekly schedule like we did at the beginning so you can get to your whole group and small group times, because your small group times may change from week to week. That you attend the help sessions. You have a help session. It's kind of like a tutoring section to get help on those assignments. Go to those. Your teachers want to work with you and want to make sure you understand it. Check these course announcements daily. I already mentioned that, didn't I? And then last but not least, reach out if you need help. If you have tech questions, here's a phone number. And then of course at the top is the teacher's information. All right, now let's go into content and see where all of these things are that you're supposed to be doing. So this newsletter paces you out. I know some students like to print it and physically check them off as they go. That's one thing that you can do. All right, so our focus for this week in math at least is 101, adding rational numbers. So let's see what the Learn, Practice, and Graded assignments is all about. If I scroll on up, that's going to take us to our second arrow here, where you find all of these lessons, all of these assignments. That is right here in the content section. So click on content. Takes a second to load. The content section is going to open up wherever you last left off, which means you may have to open a few things up. All right, in the newsletter, it said we needed to work on 1.01. That first 1 means it's unit 1. So that'd be this right here, unit 1. I'm going to open it, and then 101. Right now, it's pretty simple because it's the first week. But as we get more, you will need to make sure you click on the right thing. Now let's open up 101. And you will see there are 3 sections: a learn, a practice, and a graded assignments. Open up learn, you always want to start there, and you will go in order and just complete these different assignments. Some of them are videos, some of them are excerpts from your textbook in which you need to read and look at the examples, but go through and complete all of these lessons, all of this learn. When you're done there, go over to the left and open practice. Here you have 3 practice portions. Same thing, go in order, complete them. Once you've done that, open up graded assignments on the left, and you'll see your assignments here. We have IXL, quiz, and then your weekly diagnostic. All right. And if it doesn't open for you to see all of this detailed information, depends on how your settings are, you just click on the assignment and all of this that you can see will pop up. And with everything that I do, I always give you the directions in words and a picture. Last but not least, let's check out the grades tab. So you can get to the grades tab right here, but I'm going to go back home because I really want to show you that that's the 3rd place on the banner that I'm pointing you to, because I don't want you guys to forget it. Now right here, our 3rd arrow, check your grades every day and look for missing work. The reason you want to click on this grades tab to check for grades is right here, just tells you your percentage and your letter grade. If you want to know what exactly you need to do, if you want to see why you got it, why you have that grade of a D, what is it that you're missing, what's maybe low and you can redo, all of that information is housed right here in the grades tab. Select grades. And then here we go, it pops open. When you've actually done some work, you'll have your overall letter grade right here, your points, and what the grade marking is. And right here are your assignments. Anything with a dash means it hasn't been graded yet. If there's a 0, that means it's missing and you need to do it. If there's points, well, that's what you got. Notice underneath every assignment, there's a little blurb, a little description, as well as blue text. That blue text is a hyperlink. That means if you click on your grades and you realize, oh no, I'm missing a quiz, you don't have to go back into content and try to dig around and find that quiz. All you got to do is click on this link and it takes you straight to the quiz. Same for IXL assignments. If you realize, oh, I forgot to do that IXL assignment this week, I thought I had everything done, oh, bummer. That's okay, don't worry. Click on this link and it will take you to the IXL description. The reason it's important to click on that link, even though IXL is a different website, is because it has important information. It tells you exactly how to get signed in, so you can make sure you're doing the right assignment at the right grade level. How it's graded, so the SMART score versus how many points you receive. And then sometimes there's even a little help video. So if you're struggling on that IXL assignment, check out the video that goes along with it and see if that clears up any of your confusions. All right, I hope this video helped so that way you guys can see that OMHS is user-friendly. It just, whenever you're learning something new, it takes a moment to get used to it. It is a new website, but all of the classes are set up the same. So if you go into English, science, all of these buttons are there, and it's the same thing, where you want to look at your weekly newsletter, so that way you know what work to do each day. You find the work in content, and then your grades are in grades. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to help. Just send me an email and we can get something set up. Bye.